You are listening to the Albany State University Political Science Podcast with your host, Dr. Matthew Collins. The topic of this episode is how to write a social science research paper, Part 6, Methodology. In this course and in most social science courses across the future of your academic career, you will be using APA, American Psychological Association, Citation Form and Style. Make use of the Writing Center at Albany State University. The Writing Center will help you perfect your APA citations, both in text, direct quotes verbatim, as well as the in your own words, paraphrase, indirect quotes citations, as well as your end of your final research paper reference list. Be the student that asks why. Invest in yourself. You can do this work. A research paper methodology is a detailed explanation of the methods and procedures used to collect and analyze data in a research study, essentially outlining how the research was conducted, allowing readers to understand the rationale behind the chosen approaches and assess the validity and reliability of the findings. Key points about research paper methodologies include the purpose: to transparently describe the research process, including the data collection techniques, sampling methods, data analysis procedures, and any specific tools or instruments used. Components: research design, the overall structure of the study, such as experimental, correlational, or qualitative. Sampling strategy, how participants were selected and the rationale behind the sample size. Data collection and methods, techniques used to gather data like surveys, interviews, observations, or experiments. Data analysis techniques, statistical methods, or qualitative analysis approaches used to interpret the data. Importance: a well-written methodology section enhances the credibility of the research by demonstrating that the study was conducted rigorously and with appropriate methods to address the research question. With your final research paper literature review behind you, it is now time to move forward to the design, development, and composition of your methodology section. There are three types of research methodologies. They are quantitative, think statistics; qualitative, think case studies, content analysis, and interviews; and mixed methods research approaches. Mixed methods is a hybrid form of research intermixing both quantitative and qualitative research designs. All students in this course will make use of qualitative content analysis as the methodological approach for your final research paper. All students in this course will make use of the qualitative content analysis as the methodological approach for your research paper. When it's read 3 times in a row, you should pay attention, take notes, and this week look up content analysis, qualitative content analysis, know what it is and why it's used in research. All students in this course will make use of qualitative, not quantitative, qualitative, Qualitative, content analysis as the methodological approach for your final research paper. Your task in this section of your final research paper is to define, describe, and delineate what content analysis is as a research methodology. Secondly, in this section of your final research paper, you will provide elaboration on how you made use of content analysis in your specific research paper topic, written analysis, and synthesis. Please support your most salient ideas, salient meaning important, in your deconstruction or your analysis with in-text citations, both in alignment with APA 7th edition form and style. The middle sections of your paper involve analysis or deconstruction and should be replete with in-text citations, both verbatim, direct quotes, as well as indirect quotes, often referred to as paraphrase quotes, from the peer-reviewed academic journal sources in your end of your paper reference list. Content analysis methodology. Content analysis as a research paper methodology is a systematic method for examining and quantifying the presence of specific words, themes, or concepts within a body of a text, allowing researchers to make inferences about the messages, attitudes, or underlying meanings conveyed in the communication analyzed. Essentially, it invokes and involves the breaking down of textual data into categories and counting how often certain elements appear to identify patterns and trends within the content. Key points about content analysis. Data source can be applied to various textual data like news articles, social media posts, interview transcripts, documents, speeches, or any other form of recorded communication. Process: defining research questions, developing a coding scheme, coding the data, and finally analyzing the results. Types of content analysis: manifest content analysis, analyzing the explicit, readily observable features of the text. Latent content analysis, interpreting the underlying meanings and themes within the text, requiring more subjective interpretation. Again, the two types of content analysis: manifest content analysis, it's on the surface, we all see it, we can code it, and it is clear to everyone observing. Latent content analysis is subterranean, it's different. It involves interpretation and the identification of meanings underlying the text, therefore requiring a less objective and much more subjective interpretation. Benefits of using content analysis. Objective analysis provides a structured approach to examine large amounts of textual data in a systematic and replicable manner. Flexibility. Content analysis can be applied to a diverse set or types of text and research questions. Cost-effective. Often uses readily available data sources, eliminating the need for extensive data collection. Limitations of content analysis. Subjectivity in coding. Interpretation of text can vary depending on the researcher's perspective, requiring clear coding guidelines. Contextual limitations. May not capture the full nuances of communication without considering the broader context. Please get started early this week on your weekly readings, discussions, assignments, or anything else you can do to be proactive in your academic courses. Be the student that asks why. Invest in yourself. You can do this work. Looking back, you will see that your self-investment was the best thing you ever did, not only for yourself, but for your family, friends, community, nation, world, and universe as well. Thank you for listening to the Albany State University Political Science Podcast with your host, Dr. Matthew Collins. The topic of this episode has been How to Write a Social Science Research Paper, Part 6, Methodology.